Hey, YouTube. All right. Hey, one person, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. And I'm only having this channel or this segment for subscribers only. 1 minute or longer can send messages. All right. So, not going to talk too long because I really don't have not much to say on my chat today. So, I'm going to wait for a few minutes. So, basically, today, I just completed my survey assignments at the Sam's Club. I did not make a video when I was at the store. Pretty much my phone was very low power and I didn't really have much time to do a segment video. So go ahead and say hey. I did change the settings. So I want to make sure that this channel is for subscribers of 1 minute or longer. They can send messages. So if you could say hi or say hey or put a thumbs up in the chat, I appreciate it. Hey, Shelly Show. What's nice? The settings. Hey, y'all. Oops. It keeps going from 3 to 1. All right. So I'm not going to talk too long because tomorrow, I have my class in the morning. I don't know how it's supposed to. Let me see. Subscribers of 1 minute or longer can send me. I don't know what that really means, but I said it that way. Cut down on those trolls with these types. Oh, good. Good, because I had changed the setting. It was like everyone to subscribers. So I figured, you know what, let me change the setting so I could kind of see how it goes because it's getting annoying with the trolls. So, and then besides, I only have a regular. Y'all can hear that kitten all the way down. He's in the downstairs in the bathroom. I don't know why they're crying. I already fed him. So, anywho, what was I saying? Oh, okay. So I'm not going to be on long because tomorrow, my regular class from 11 to 7. And then, of course, Tuesday, he just want to be picked up. I already picked him up when I got home. I can't hold you, and I'm not putting them in my room either. Now I want nobody to be roaming around in the night. So I don't even know if it's a him or her, to be honest. So then, so the only thing I did today was I did my 5 assignments at the Sam's Club, and then they asked me for $40 to do one store plus travel time if I had wanted to do one more Sam's Club. But the location was like 2 hours away. It was nowhere close to where I lived. So it was like the whole different part of the state of Georgia. And I said, shoot, that didn't make any sense because see, I don't think they realize um, the distance and how far I am and things like that. So other than that, nope, could not do it. I might as well have gone out of state. If that was the case, I looked at it. I said, wait a minute. Even the zip code, I didn't even recognize the zip code. 303 something. I already knew it was going to be 80 something miles away from me. So, but, oops. You hear he stopped. He was meowing. Now he stopped. Must be going back. Now he's going to sleep. Dang kid. And then the other ones, I don't even know where they at. When I got home, the only one I saw was Cinnamon. And I think Cinnamon, because I had opened up a garage door to go to I went to Aldi's to buy me a couple of groceries. Man, it was like $45. And I bought me a pack of chicken wings, even though it was like almost $9 for 12 pieces. One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh, yeah, I think it was 12. Yeah, it was like a small pack, but it was 12 wings inside. So I said, I bought some of that and milk, almond milk, um, strawberries, muscadine grapes, um, a gallon of milk, a big box of cereal. Oh, and I bought some Crisco. You know the old Crisco that came in a can that that you could use. It's really good for baking. Like if you want to make like biscuits or pies, or rather than using butter, if you use the shortening. So that's really good when you want to do baking. But they didn't have no vegetable oil or no kind of cooking oil. It was like all cleaned out. So I bought the Crisco. And then it was a good price. It was like $4 and some change. And you know that Crisco back in the day, you could use it and then you could just use it again. So it's been a minute since it's been a long time since I bought Crisco. Matter of fact, I don't think I ever bought Crisco. Oh yeah, you could use Crisco. I remember when my grandmother, when they used to bake biscuits and bake crust, that's what they would use, Crisco. And there's something about it that makes it so better. So, but I bought that, so I'll be having that for a good minute because it's not like I use um, that I would even cook with the vegetable, with the Crisco. But I'm gonna use it though, especially if I want to saute meat or chicken, because for some reason it just back in the day when you used to fry fish or chicken with that Crisco, and I don't know, it just make it better for some reason. It's been a minute, but but they ain't had none, so I bought. It was like $4 and some change. So I was like, man, it's a good price. So I said, let me buy that. But I'll probably have it for a good while anyway. You know, when I got that Vitamix, I had a cookbook to make breads. So when I go to the Cab Farmers Market and I want to, if I try to make me some homemade, I don't know, I may experiment. I may experiment. Maybe I'll make me some homemade bread, and um, it's good to get because you could use that in place of butter, but it tastes, for some reason it makes it better. So, and besides, I don't think most people now. I don't think a lot of people would be reaching for the Crisco, like, but it's in the baking aisle. So if you're a person who likes to bake and you make baking, especially with the holidays, if you do holiday baking, that's the best thing you could buy is Crisco, because I sure would like to make me some sweet potato pies and turnover biscuits, stuff like that. Besides, you never know. I may have to bring that Crisco when I go home, because prices of food is extremely expensive. I went to Aldi's. It was kind of like it was not scarce, but you could tell that like I was going down certain aisles, it was like kind of, I don't know. Usually I didn't go to the Aldi's that I normally go to, but I went to a different one, and they only had one guy. He was on the register, and their line was like out the yin yang, even though they was going to close within 45 minutes or an hour before they were supposed to close. And I didn't see them really stocking up a lot of things like I normally would see at Aldi's. So I don't know. It just didn't seem as fully stocked like I would see it. So I could tell the difference. Oh, I also bought me some oranges, muscadine grapes, strawberries, bacon. I think the only thing that made it in let me see, chicken. Yeah, but I think that was pretty much it. Nothing out of the ordinary, other than the fact that the chicken wings probably would have been a little bit more pricier. So that was a little bit, high. But I was looking for the cheapest one, and of course, everything I looked at was like $9, nine. So I know one thing: those chicken wings would have been at least around $6 and some change about over a year ago. I want to say, and the eggs were expensive too. Normally, eggs at Aldi's is like 49 cents. This one was like 89 cents. I was like, what? We don't need to be told about. You don't even know what Crisco is for, so don't come here talking about our health. Anything you put in your mouth, tell me what do you? Okay, since we want to talk about our health, what do you cook with then? Tell me, since no, don't be retracting your message after you put it out there. Do not retract your message after the fact you put it out there. You put it out there. Don't be. I don't need no nobody to keep voice of our health. So you tell me, Blue True, what do you eat in a normal day? And I could critique and tell and rebuke what you be talking about. Because I'm so sick and tired of y'all. Some of y'all coming on here. Oh, about our health. I work as long as most people. I do way more things than the typical people that most of y'all do on here. It's amazing how people be so quick to be, oh, it's rest of my health. But then when you ask them, what do you eat in your typical, what is your typical eating? I could assure you, anything you put up there to say you eat, someone is gonna turn around and say that's not healthy. So go up there and put it out there. Because even if you was to eat some kind of meat and you sauteed it, what you put in that saute or that meat that you cook, who's to say that that's any healthier? So go up there and put it out there. What did you eat today, Blue True? I'm gonna wait for a few minutes. I'm waiting. Because in the last 50 years, the majority of foods that most people put in their mouths are not it's not considered really healthy. Most people think certain things they eat is healthy, but it's not. So come on, just tell me. Because it's amazing how some of y'all come on here, they want to be the food police, and then when you ask people, or you ask when I ask people for feedback or what they do, they don't want to come up and say it. So come on and say it. You know, everybody want to be a food police about somebody eating something. I mentioned about not have they didn't have no vegetable oil, and I bought Crisco, and people want to go on a big rampage about oh Crisco versus our health. Crisco has been probably been around for how long? And people have been making things from scratch, from home, using Crisco in conjunction of butter or anything else. I am aware of people who make who people, you know, people of other generations been making food from home, making own um making their own foods, cooking their own foods, live to be over 100. I have a lineage of people who live almost close to 100. I am 50, I'll be 53 next month. And most people can't even guess my age. If I tell people all 50, they look at me like, girl, you sure don't look your age. And I can move around just as freely. I'm not nobody who's 5, 3, 4, 500 pounds, walking around here like can't move, on disability, on health issues. So don't come on here about oh it's better by health. But ain't nobody they never show their face. Don't even know what they look like. See, at least Shelly Shell, DeJour, there's certain people, they make YouTube videos and I watch them and I talk to them and things like that. But all y'all other ones, y'all just get on people's channels, just start, always got something to say about something. But ain't nobody never made no video, never came on the link. I put a link last night. I went on StreamYard. Did anybody join other than to say nothing? Nope. But people got always got something to say. I can't validate nobody else on here other than the few people that I mentioned. Hey, hi, I could know, I could Shelly Shell, you come, I could watch her videos. We talk on the phone. Eventually we'll meet. When I go up there to visit. Or if she ever comes to Georgia, I extend my home for her to come and visit me. But it's amazing how all y'all, some of y'all come on here, y'all want to be in the chat and always want to be critical about something. But ain't nobody never say nothing about themselves other than what I write. You don't know nothing. You only know a small portion of me of what I want to tell people. I only say what I want to tell. But that's not the whole story. That is not a whole story about a person. Ooh, today I bought some Crisco and I plan on making homemade, I'm gonna do holiday baking. So don't sit up in here acting like, people be sitting up here acting like, like you so healthy. Ain't no you shit. Ain't not one person healthy at one point. None. Even Jacqueline, who lived to be 100, that man ain't ate healthy 100% of the time. So don't go up in there and act like, ooh, yeah, you eat, you know, the piece of bread that's gonna, people need to get off of that. Get off that being a food police. You don't know what nobody do. I come on YouTube an hour, 2 hours, maybe three the most stream. 3 hours out of a 24-hour period of time does not display nothing. Just like that fool coming on here, you're a hypocrite because you said you didn't believe. You harping on my words, harping on my channel. Make your own channel. It's real easy to do a YouTube channel. You don't even people do a YouTube channel. They don't even show their face. They could be talking and 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 be talking and make YouTube videos. You ain't got to show your face now. One point, but it's amazing how some of y'all come on here. Y'all quick to say something, but when I give y'all a forum, it's okay. Here's my link. You come on in the chat. Nobody comes on. Nobody come on, got nothing to say. Tweety Bird got your tongue, but then nobody got nothing to say, but you got so much to say in the chat. And I don't care if I lose subscribers because number one, I'm not monetized, but I know I'm speaking. I know y'all know I'm speaking the truth. So when you come on here, don't come on here. Don't come on here just to police me. I don't need no one to police me. Yeah, we'll meet one day. It'll be really soon too, because I'm ready to go and take a break. Hey, shifting some soil. I don't need no one up there telling me about it's hell. Is it? Did I say someone eat and cook with Crisco every day? No. Did I buy Crisco just because? No, I bought it because I know there's certain meals that I could make if I want to saute and whatever. People be thinking, oh, you can cook with coconut oil. Coconut oil has a high fat content, but that doesn't and just because you buy something on the store and it's coconut oil that you buy at Big Lots, half the things that's made, anything that requires to be on the shelf, people think is healthy. It's not usually healthy. Health. Overall health is not what you always put in your mouth. Overall health is mental, physical, spiritual, and overall. There is a big difference between someone who eats majority of healthy foods and then they eat something fast food. I don't eat fast food every day. Number one. Number two, I don't spend all my money and go to Chick-fil-A every day. So some people who come over here, you eat Chick-fil-A and fast food every day. No, I do not. And I don't have to justify, nor do I have to defend myself or what I eat. Unless somebody gave me some cash apps, which I put on here a couple times. Now, if you give me some money for groceries, or if you email me and say, okay, what's your address? Let me send you some groceries from whomever, and you want to make me a healthy diet list, then you ask for my address. You could go right online, Instacart, Ship, which is Target. I do have a Target gift card and a Target. And you can order all the groceries and then surprise me. So I'm like, ding dong, somebody sent you some groceries and some food. If some of y'all so concerned, every time I say something, somebody got something to write. And I'm getting really pissed. And I am getting pissed off because to me, some of y'all getting a little bit too out of pocket with your comments. You're getting a little bit out of you stepping out of line, out of pocket. And I don't appreciate that. I'm getting very offended. And I'm letting you know. Because as you get older, you have to tell people how do you want you to be treated. You're not going to treat me all kind of crazy in all kind of crazy ways. Every time I turn, someone say, well, you said this, that's why I set the setting that I set this on. Only channel subscribers of 1 minute or longer can send me a message. Anybody else, if you're not a subscriber, don't even bother to write. Don't write or even type nothing. Don't make no troll page and talk crazy either. Some people say, oh, just ignore it. No, I'm not going to go out of my element over trolls. I'm not going to go over elements on people who don't show their face or people who are not genuine, because some of y'all are not really genuine. And I'm just being honest. So don't come on here and say something. You can't tell me if you could say, oh, I made me a delicious breakfast meal and I made me a delicious dinner Let me make some suggestions and say, maybe you next time you go, why don't you say that? Why don't you make suggestions to people before you come on people's channel? Don't be so critical about something. That's the problem with people. People always want to, they always got something to say. But rather than saying, "Oh, let me make some suggestions," I heard you go to Aldi's or you go to the supermarket, and if you really know me, if you really listen to my channel, and you pick up and you really genuine about a person, you will pick up some things on about a person. And says, you know what, so and so, I see that they always talk about such and such and such, and they make suggestions. But all these critical things of um things that no, I'm not gonna tolerate that. I'm not gonna wait till next year, 2022, to to make some rules and guidelines or whatever. I'm gonna tell people right today because tomorrow is not promised, and I'm not monetized. I'm not monetized. I don't get nothing from here. I just come on here because I like talking to y'all. I like talking to people, and I like answering and giving advice, sharing information, sharing about opportunities such as career opportunities or things that I'm doing. Not coming on here, well, how's the NBA working out? But you can't even write a complete sentence that makes sense. You eat Chick-fil-A every day. Ooh, you a hypocrite. But ain't none of your dumb asses got no channel just but other than make up troll names. You're gonna take all your time up to make a fake page, YouTube handle, or even if you think you know me or you know me, you're gonna make up a fake name. Come and show your face. Because I'm quite sure it's someone in my past that came up and coming up here watching me, and then they're gonna make up a name and just gonna come up and think you're gonna say something. Because one day, I will know who you are. And and trust me, you ain't gonna know when it's gonna happen. You don't know when it's gonna happen. I may say, okay, I found you. I know who you are, and I'm not gonna say nothing. See, I'm gonna come in the thief in the night. You're gonna suddenly be like, damn. So don't come on here play with me, because I'm not the one to play. I don't play with people. Don't play with me. Don't play with me because I'm not the one. You know, I watch a lot of different channels. I watch a lot of different YouTube channels, and people just want to start up stuff. And all these people getting found missing, killed, and everything else. So also missing. This person missing. That person missing. And most of these people, 20ish, young, all up on social media, all have Instagram and all this kind of stuff, and people be lurking and doing all kind of crazy stuff. Especially in Florida, they had this couple of girls. They said, oh, they missing. They had 100,000 subscribers, and they are a what they call them, influencers, whatever they call it. And people be all, I be watching these newscasts, news things, and it was like this person, they was on YouTube, and they had a van like that other white girl with the fiance. I'm not saying social. I'm not saying social media um, caused their demise, but a lot of people. Ooh, I'm scared to choke. A lot of people are starting to notice when they have these people missing and stuff is that they always say yes, they was on Instagram and they had 10 billion followers and this and that or whatever and all this kind of stuff. But the ones that was really disturbing was the few ones that I did read about. It was in Florida, most of them in Florida. They was like some kind of social media sensation. I'm not. I ain't gonna say sensation, but that was the first thing they keep talking about. They person had 100,000 followers and this, that, or whatever, and they were found they're missing and they found dead, all kind of crazy stuff. I was like, what the hell? And I was thinking about that with all these trolls that y'all keep coming on here and people, um, I love you, I miss you, I love you, and I'm, you know, nope. I don't know what the state of these minds of people are. People are crazy. People are plumb crazy. So when people come up on here and when some of y'all come on here with all this little crazy stuff and all that little critical, nope. Please don't come to my channel. Don't come on there with that crazy stuff. I don't have a big channel. I get the same 7, 8 people come on here every day. Same 7, 8 people. You know, I don't have no big huge channel. You know, I heard people mention me in the past. People mention my name. Oh, Lady T. You know, she goes to taxes and stuff. That's how I grew to 700 something, because it was people mentioning me when it came to my expertise about the taxes and the gig economy. You know, and I was talking about Grubhub, and after that, after I stopped making videos about these gig work and Grubhub, Uber Eats, and all the rest of them, and then some people would recognize me on the street. It was at least one, two, three, I would say 4 people, or maybe 5. I can't think of, it might be a little bit more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be at least 6 people, if not a little bit more, that have saw me on the street when I was doing food deliveries. I'll be walking, one time walking across Publix up there in Swanee, and it says, Lady T. So, oh, I forgot. Oh, it was Eric. Yep, her too. Almost missing. And they call me and recognize me from the YouTube channel. Erica saw me at the dang Dollar Tree. That's how we met. And then we, talk on the phone. And Erica, if you ever watching, I called you. I'm checking on you, see how you doing. I ain't heard from you in a bit. So I know you're busy, but there are people, I just be walking across the parking lot, going to the Publix, going to wherever, picking up food, and it'll be dark. I mean, it was a couple of times it was dark. And they recognized me because of my hair, because my hair was like really, really puffy. My signature trademark of puffiness, with my hair being curly, it was like, and people would recognize me. I was like, now I didn't say that's a scary thing, but so many people they didn't even I didn't even see them in the chat or whatever. They were just watching my videos and they just recognized me. So that's kind of, I'm not saying I don't want to meet people if you see them on the street, but for me not to have a big channel or don't have tens of thousands of subscribers and stuff, and people right here in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, they can recognize because they watch YouTube. They will say, "Oh, that's you on YouTube," and there's some bigger YouTubers too that I see. Walter Lee Hampton the third. I was like, oh my God, because you can't miss him. He's real big, muscular black guy, bald head. He always talk about he go to LA Fitness and stuff. So, and I know it was another YouTuber I met. His name was Calvin, but I can't remember his channel name, but he had a big channel. So there's some people, I'm quite sure, especially back in the heyday, when you see a lot of people doing Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash and all those food apps, and they was, and it wasn't spread out in the suburbs. It was all in the central, midtown, Buckhead area. Everybody had to go from, to do those food deliveries back in the day. It was only a centralized location. So chances are of meeting people that watches YouTube or have a YouTube channel, you most likely will see them. But now people, they're not in, Midtown, Buckhead, Metro Atlanta, in the city doing deliveries because it was only in those central areas, North True Hills, that um Emory, that whole area. That was it. But when they started going out to Duluth and suburbs and all in the outskirts and all over the place, you don't see as many people like you used to. But 4 years, 5 years ago, yeah, most likely if you had a YouTube channel and you were in Atlanta and you were doing food deliveries, somebody will bound to see you, especially if it's on a weekend. But now, not so much. Not so much. But I say all that to say that if you have something you want to say, I don't need no food police. I don't need no police. I don't need nobody who can't share what they do, but they looking at what I'm doing. Don't show no picture. Don't have no YouTube channel. You know, when I open up the link when I am on StreamYard and I say, okay, anybody want to come on and comment, make any share or talk with me on the lot. Now I want to show my picture. And I tell y'all, you don't have to show your face. You can just show your little avatar. Hey Romeo. You can show your little avatar, but anybody come on here? Nope. Same people. Colis, Shelly Shell, DeJour. Who else came on here that shared with me? Romeo. Maybe four of y'all that come on. Other people I can understand they don't come on because they at work. So I don't expect them to get on there because they watch my channel and I talk to them on the phone. So I did say you, Romeo. That's what I said. Romeo, Shelly Shell, DeJour, Colis. Who I'm missing? Pretty much that's it. And some people that I talk to on the phone, you know, and then some people I know they working. So, and David, yeah, that's it. David. David, Romeo, Shelly, Shell, DeJour, um, Colis. That's it. If I was on StreamYard and I say, okay, anybody want to come on, then y'all come on. Some of y'all working, I understand that. But I don't need no food police. There's a way of saying things than telling people stuff than just whatever. Oh, it's going fine. I ain't seen you on here in a while. A lot of people been asking about you, David. They're like, where the white guy with the glasses? And then, I said, you mean David. So people been asking. So one of the good things about having a smaller channel is I get to know people on a more intimate level, I guess, to some extent. I ain't gonna stay here long, so I keep saying that, but I mean it this time because I gotta do my training tomorrow. Tomorrow's schedule for generation, it ain't gonna be a whole lot of learning the code and stuff. That's how they know you. Every time people ask me about you, they be like, "We're the white guy." I was like, "Everybody black." I guess all my audience must be black, and you must be the very few white guy. But if you ain't the only one, there's another guy too that I know. I guess people always think, black people only supposed to have black people on their channel, but I only got what? I only got 10 loyal subscribers. Everybody, even though I got 700 something, I only get about 10 of y'all on a given good day. Like right now, it's 8 people. That's about the highest that I've ever get people coming on here. 8, maybe 10, maybe 12. But if it's 12 people, 4 of them are trolls. Shoo. 4 of them are trolls. And somebody else made up some fake page just to come on here. I've been following you for years, but you make a fake page. Man, bye. Get off the channel. I ain't trying to be cursing. I ain't got time to be cursing people out on no YouTube. But let me find out if it's somebody I really know and they just lurking in the background. You're so silly, David, because you love soul food. You never know. You never know. You go back to your you may go back to your great, 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 and then they say if you have a drop of black and you're black. If you have one drop, you never know, David. I would like to do a genealogy one day. I would really love to do um one of those genealogy tests. Matter of fact, if that damn forward.com or if it opened up their office in Atlanta, I paid for that membership months ago and they still haven't opened up the office. The one where you just go in and I know what's her name told me, but she ain't on here today. Where you at? Vicky. I know Vicky told me and somebody else told me too. I get their messages occasionally. They was telling me that the Peterson, I don't know his full channel name, but it's Peterson. He up in California had that stroke. Couple, I think it's a couple years now, at least 2 years since that happened, maybe over a year ago. And they said that someone sent me a message in an email and told me that he was because in California they had it, and I'm waiting for the one here in Atlanta to open up. They said, oh, it's gonna be open up in the summer. Summer been banned and gone. Yeah, he had a stroke. He was right on live. He was on YouTube. He was on YouTube Live or StreamYard, or he was live, put it that way. And in the middle of all that, he was having a stroke. And people, he was still on there. And people telling him, call the ambulance. And I saw the video. I wasn't on live stream then, but I did saw the video. And they were telling him to call the ambulance, and he was told him to pull over and call 911, and then they show he was still on there, and then he was in the hospital in the bed, and he was telling him to rest and stuff. So that was scary. Mm-mm. And he was in a what do you call those things? Not hospice. What do you call that thing? One of those type of facilities or something. I don't know. I can't. What they call it? Not a hospice. I can't remember. Someone told me, but they had to clarify to me the difference. But he finally, yeah, he was in rehab, but it's something else. Halfway house. Because I don't know what his situation was, but I don't want to guess, and I don't want to put it out. Teresa said, but I think I know he was going through some financial difficulties because at one point he was doing that, renting a car situation and private car, and doing that with Uber, but he wasn't doing like a regular rental car. It was something ridiculous. I was like, what? I said, I know, and he was like tens of thousands of dollars. That's what I'm trying to think. I can't think of the word. It's not a halfway house. It was something else. Oh, I also want to forget Lillian. That's who it was. I'm only I can name the people who I normally see. Lillian. She hasn't been on here lately, but I know she says she watches in the background too. She may not comment, but she sends me an email too. But anyway, he was doing. I was told about Forward when I mentioned it, but I'm waiting for it to open up in Atlanta. They said it's supposed to open up in the fall. It's the fall, so I'm gonna check that app one more time and see, because I really don't want to keep that dumb insurance I have. I mean, I like Aetna, but the way this works is a membership type of base, and they do everything, practically everything, and you come and go in there when you want. But um part of Forward is that they do a genealogy test too. I think they do 90 100 and me or whatever that thing is called. They do a genealogy test too, so I'm curious to see. But breakdown. But I know I need to work on my health. I know I need to eat more healthy, and but like I said, me buying Crisco, it ain't gonna be like the end of the world. Because number one, that thing is, I'm not trying to. That's a lot of $5 and something for some Crisco, and I want to saute meats or make homemade whatever with it. It's not what you use, it's how much of it something you use. Because there's a whole lot more stuff that people buy that's not even healthy. Shoot. Even if you buy your fruits and vegetables, um, they coming back and saying certain things ain't healthy, because they got all kind of pesticides and chemicals and all kind of stuff. You be thinking stuff grown. You be thinking, oh, I can eat this, and it's not necessarily true. That is not always true. So, Blue True, you will come on back and make a comment, because I know you had to retract that real quick, because you knew I was gonna be upset. So you can come back, Blue True. I ain't kick you to the curb, but I had to say that because it was just too much. It was too many different people coming at me, you know, on this chat for the last couple of days since I've been on here. I try to talk about stuff, and and from that last couple of nights with some people, it was not good, and I didn't want that. I didn't want you to fall into that trap of people, following up people, because some people do not mean well. He is a better. I know he was in the hospital, but I'm saying after he got out, he was put in a rehab center or something. But it was some kind of housing, because he it was some kind of housing that he was helped with, because I couldn't see. I mean, yeah, you could be a veteran and then you go to the VA. And I'm not saying the VA is not the best of the best, but the VA is kind of understaffed and under resources and stuff. So yeah, you could go and be treated. You go to the VA, they'll help and everything. But I'm talking about what was afterwards. Because I don't know his situation. Like I said, I followed him a couple times, but I don't know. I think I always wondered. I said, "Well, where's his family at? Where was his? I don't know if he was married or whatever, or he had children or whatever. But I don't know. It seemed like he was struggling, and that's a struggle to be in California too. It was a few people. I was like, No, y'all keep asking me. I'm just saying what somebody told me. I'm just talking about the forward when he was in that play membership plan where they, that you could go see someone. It's not alternative to doctors, but the way this thing is set up is better to me. All I know was he was on the video and he was suffering a stroke at the time, and prior to that, I know he had to have been in some financial issues, financial problems. Because ain't no way, no how. Living in California, Los Angeles at that, and and struggling like that. And this was what 5 years ago when I first started doing these gig work. So, and a whole lot of things have happened in these last, at least within these last 2 years with this COVID situation. Ain't no telling. I don't know how people. I don't know. I don't know how people could survive. I guess in LA, unless you lived in Los Angeles all your life and you lived, Inglewood and some of those places in the hood and and you had a home and you managed to stay there, and I just can't see it. It's just a struggle. I'm just knowing that what he said he was going through, I'm just going by what he was saying and what he was doing. Because even other YouTubers that I watch, they live in California. Shoot, and the ones who were doing well, or they say they did well, or they were doing well, they even moved out. A lot of people moved out of California. Next thing you know, I'm in Arizona and Nevada. Nevada's getting expensive. One of the guys in my class that I take class with, I don't know, he was so dang negative. I was like, it's getting expensive everywhere. Well, I ain't talking about everywhere. I'm talking about Nevada. I was like, oh, God dang. You the one brought it up. I didn't care. He moved from Seattle to Nevada so he could be close to his kids and and um and we were just talking. I said, okay. And he says, I moved to Nevada to be with my kids, and I'm staying in this hotel. It's like 10 of us in the room. I'm like, 10. I don't think he said 10. I think he said more like 7 or 8. And my apartment's not ready yet. And I was kind of like, just listening. And I was saying how he gonna sit there and tell me Los Angeles is more expensive than New York. And I said, that's not true. I just read that Los Angeles was more expensive than New York, or California was more expensive than New York. And I just read it. They were talking about rent going up across the country, and how it's gone up to like 160 something percent. But man, David, you act like that they knew. Everybody heard of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Even if you never ate chicken, people heard of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Boy, you saying that's like telling black folks that Roots, the movie Roots is about slavery. Everybody knows that. I never ate there. I never been to California. I've been to San Francisco. That was in the 12th grade, but but everybody heard of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Even if people never been to California, man, Roscoe Chicken and Waffles, that's like people have heard of that in the movies, TV shows. Shoot. Sometimes I don't know. I gotta eat there for myself. But if I say I'm gonna eat chicken and waffles, somebody on here will jump on me so bad. You ain't gonna eat that. You ain't gonna eat chicken and waffles. You can't eat fried chicken. Somebody be the police. So one of y'all come on out the police Say something now just because I said I wanted to eat. I wanted to try Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. So come on out and condemn because you know how y'all get. Yep, 1,500, two-bedroom. Why your father living in a 2-bedroom, $1,500? They don't have no assisted living. Most well, never mind. Because most people don't realize you gotta plan for stuff like that. I'm gonna talk about retirement and what kind of options people who are doing these gig work as a full-time thing, what they need to do for retirement. I'm gonna talk about that. Not on a live stream. I'm gonna actually start kicking off some series on my other channel, the TPS Tax Consulting channel, the other channel I got. I'm gonna start doing more professional tax series on that because I think a lot of people think a GoFundMe is a retirement plan for some reason. And I'm not being funny. I'm talking about, God forbid, something happens, somebody dies, somebody always got to GoFundMe. And rather than planning something like that, your retirement plan should not be based on begging people, strangers, to fund retirement or fund funeral expenses. I wish he would have purchased a. But but we don't know what happened 15 years ago. He might have, maybe he have. I don't know. I don't know what some of these people, maybe he was married at one point. You don't know what people had at one point. Some people may have a house, married, had money in the bank, and then 20 years later they be on the street with nothing, struggling. It's a matter of blink of an eye. That's what planning. Now I'm not saying, God forbid, if I fell on hard times, or most people get into a medical situation in hospital, could wipe people out. Some people only 1 month paycheck away from being homeless or being on the street. A lot of people is one paycheck away. A lot of people situations could be wiped out in a medical, going to the doctor, hospital. I ain't talking about going to the regular doctor. I'm saying you go to the doctor, have no insurance, go to the hospital. Oh, I thought you talked about Peterson. I was like, what are you talking about? And people don't plan for situations, especially they plan in their older age. So when you do these gig work, like I hear a lot of people, it's been 5 years. It's been almost going on 5 years now that I came across this gig work. And some people were doing gig work before that. They were doing it. And it was like, oh, I'm making 2,000 a week, 1,500 a week, whatever a week, thousands a week. Now, look what happened. You could barely scratch $1,000 doing Uber Eats and Grubhub. You could do all the apps at the same time. You could barely make $1,000. And y'all know it's true. Don't let these people who come on YouTube be trying to. They used to show that. You see people just showing up their money all the time. And all these people had all these big followers following them on their channels, doing this, doing that. And look what happened. Rona came around, changed the whole game, and the recession. Well, we're not in a recession anymore. I'm not going to go into economics because people are like, hey, you're in a recession. But I told y'all when I first did these gigs, I said it'll be 5 years. 5 years from now, it's not going to be. It's going to go in decline. It's going to reach that period of time where stuff's going to start to go down. I told y'all 5 years. It will be too many people doing these gig work. Then The guy from Chicago that so called me. You talk about the bearded one, Geo. Yeah. And he probably did make 2,000 a week, the way he was doing it. He was doing about 2,000 a week. But then when he got kicked off of the platform with Uber, that became big news. That was like one of the biggest news on YouTube when he got deactivated from Uber. Even Kevin the Appreneur couldn't even roast him because he's so corny. He couldn't even roast nobody, but he could have. But as much as Geo roasted Kevin, Kevin could have done the same thing, but he didn't. At least I never heard him do it. So, but a lot of people were doing pretty good with these apps, especially Uber Eats and Uber and Lyft. You know, Grubhub and people doing well with Instacart, Ship. A lot of people did pretty good 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but now I already knew. I knew in business there's always going to be the very beginning when something becomes brand new. You know, they pay high rates, they pay more money. These companies trying to get themselves off the ground. When it starts picking up, the ones who were in it in the beginning, um, when they started marketing it and people started paying, using the service, it was like great. It was like gravy. I can't even tell you this day how I came across Uber, how I even came across a sign up. I know I signed up back in 2005, but I didn't do it until 2006 in the middle of the summer. But I had signed up back in 2000. I don't remember how I came across it. I don't know if it showed up on Facebook or I don't even know. I don't think it came on YouTube because I wasn't on YouTube like that. I was not on YouTube like that. So I don't even know how I came in that rabbit hole of coming across Uber. But I know I signed up back in 2005, didn't do nothing. And then after becoming angry about not going to no litigation with the IRS and suing the union, I finally said, you know what? I said I wanted to give them 10 years and I wanted to leave anyway. So I can't fight a headache of a job that I didn't like or I didn't want anymore. So then I signed up and did Uber. I signed up for Lyft first, but I didn't have my driver's registration. And then I signed up for Uber. But then all the other apps came into play as I started going about around Atlanta and saw what's that black bag? And it was like Postmates. What's that red bag? Oh, that's DoorDash and Grubhub. I got both of those companies mixed up because they both had red bags. So I did every app that you could think of except for Lyft. I never done Lyft. I never signed up for Lyft. Now, if I wanted to do Lyft today, I probably could and say, "Oh, let me sign up," because I never signed up or whatever. But I'm not going to do Lyft. I'm not having nobody but my black Rogue, Nissan Rogue, driving them around. Nope, no way, no how. I would do deliveries in the Rogue if I wanted to, but it wouldn't be every day, and I wouldn't be putting all those miles and hours wearing out my car. Oh, let me tell you the stupid thing I saw today too. Well, let me finish my thought. But anyway, I don't know all these but I'm gonna talk about that because I don't know how many people really are planning on tax preparation. It's not about filing a tax return and that's it. Do people have tax planning, especially if you are self-employed, independent contractor? Do you have your financials in plaque intact? Do you have an IRA account? Do you have a retirement plan? Do you have um, you know, insurance? Because if you're doing all these gig work, you pay into Social Security through your self-employment taxes that you pay. But a lot of people don't realize that if you're doing a lot of these independent work, 1099, and you pay into your Social Security, but you're decreasing the amount that you're getting when you turn 58 and a half or whatever the age will be. I don't know. You getting less. So, but that's a whole new video. That's a whole new discussion that I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to do it on live stream. I'm not going to do it on this channel. I'm going to do it on a separate channel, my new channel. And if anybody wants to really delve into that discussion or know about it, I'll do short videos about it. So, but I'll make the announcement when I do that. And it's not going to be the same platform like I'm doing here on my little vlog and my little discussions and rants and everything else. So it's going to be somewhat different that I'm going to do. But I was thinking about that for the last couple of weeks because I know one of y'all came on and told me, Lyft keeps sending me big bonuses if I want to drive with them again, but I don't want to have people in my car right now. Exactly. Even if COVID wasn't around, I wouldn't do it anyway. Even if COVID was not around, I wouldn't do it because after 7, 8, however long Uber and Lyft been around, the rates are not going to be better. It reaches maturity. That's the point I was making. When you start off in the beginning, they pay high rates. The money's good. Then when they start saying, "Oh, we pay for referral bonus," get other people to join. So people took advantage of that referral money, bonuses, and all that kind of stuff. That I said, "Oh, somebody got to pay for these bonuses. Somebody got that referral money got to be paid somehow." So I said, they're gonna cut the rates. They're gonna keep cutting the rates. It's gonna be keeping getting lower and lower as you get more people, more competition coming to play. The more less money you get. It's supply demand, and I didn't understood. I never understood why people would do that. I said they want to make. I said y'all want to make short term money for less longevity of making money by doing that. All that protesting up and down the street, up and down. Let's strike, and people still. I need my money. I need. I knew people weren't going to do it. People are not going to be consistent. They're not going to come together in unity to stop that. Because some people that was their livelihood. They were not going to do it. They were not. And then all these people I was watching back in the day, I don't even see them anymore. I don't even hear nothing about them. Occasionally I may ask people, "Have you heard of so and so?" And some people getting sick. There was this other guy. He used to always be laughing all the time. He was in Florida. What was his name? He had 2 sons. He had a real high pitch, aggravating kind of voice. I couldn't stand to listen to him sometimes. I heard he was sick at one time. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. I can't even think of his name. He used to teach school, or he was something with in the teaching, not teaching like a school teacher, but he was more like a counselor type of thing at a school. He had 2 sons. And he always used to wear this hat all the time that had Uber something, not Uber man. He was another one with that high pitch, aggravating voice, like, "Oh, kissing Uber's ass all the time." Uber dude. And I was like, he would always be talking about Uber Eats. And he was like, I didn't say talk bad about a company, but I'm not the one to always complain about a company. Even like Amazon. You get the benefits of what you need to get out of it, get from it. But some people was drinking too much the Kool-Aid when it came. He was one Uber dude. And after that, I didn't see him I haven't seen him. I'm trying to look to see if he made any videos lately. He hasn't made any no videos about Uber Eats. He lived up there in Miami, but it was two of them. I don't know what the Smackowich guy was. Hey, Colas. I don't know who the Smackowich guy was, but this guy, he will always try to collaborate. He was trying to collaborate with Pete, who paid to drive one day, but he always had a hat, and he had a little name on his hat all the time. He'd be talking like hee, like I was like, shut up, ain't nothing funny. But I know it was one was Uber dude. He had glasses and lookups. Smackowich. Let me see. Talk about. I don't know who that is, and I'm not. I don't see. Let me see. Hmm. No, I ain't talking about him. I've never heard of him before. I don't know who that is. But it was a lot of people, like I said. No, I ain't talking about Uberman Tampa. I ain't talking about Scott. Nope, I ain't talking about him. But he's been on there for a minute. He was doing it. I was watching him a lot. He's somewhat of my counterpart because he's one of those people who I say he's more like our counterpart because he was more like venting and always, talking crazy of things that people afraid to say. He say stuff what I be saying. He don't be caring. He ain't got no filter. Scott ain't got no filter, but he be saying the stuff that I be saying too. He's like my counterpart. He don't be making no videos telling people how to drive. You know how to drive. His video be purely about whatever, and he done um just as much. He'll sit there and everybody be talking about. Ooh, let me tell you about the pic. Where Scott be like telling it like it is. He just like me. You hear my videos. My videos ain't gonna be nothing about. Now I'm not saying I don't have no pleasant rides. I mean, I did have some really good customers. Most of my customers were pretty good. But when I talk about my experience, it's usually the dumb, stupid ones. Like, let me tell you what happened today. Let me tell you, get this out the way. Man, I never saw the most stupidest thing ever. Now, you know how you driving on the road and there's that median in the middle that why a car, not no SUV, not no S50, not no truck. This dumb fool, if you needed to make a U-turn, rather than you just going down, making a U-turn, or just turn yourself around, this person tried to drive over the median in a car. He had a car, not just any car. This dumb fool had a low, real low car. I want to say it was like a Lexus. And okay, oh Lord, these people so dumb. I saw that crap. Okay, make believe this is the hump. This is the median, right? And this is your car, and it's real low. This fool drove over it like this and got stuck and try to go over it. The wheels were just spinning. That fool, I was like, what the hell? What the fuck you trying to do? And he spinning, that wheel was spinning. He couldn't get over it because number one, the bottom of the car underlay was already on the sidewalk path of the thing. You know what I'm talking about? And he spit it. He couldn't. I said, "You dumb motherfucker." The only, he was, and he couldn't even back. I was like, it's just like, it's just like you on this. This the sidewalk. This the median, and this the car. This how he was. That he couldn't get. He couldn't go over it. I was like, idiot. I was gonna take out my camera and show it, but I was like, no. I was ready. I didn't want to hold up. I was gonna make that right turn, and he got stuck on the side on the median with the car. I was like, dumb ass. All you doing? You ain't call me because what time you call me? Because I called you about 6:30 ish when I was on my way home from Aldi's after I finished my assignments. I said, you didn't even call. You said you wanted to meet today. Now you know I can't do nothing during the week because I have to do my classes Monday through Friday, and then this Tuesday I got to do mandatory overtime at Amazon. So this time I'm not taking no VTO. I'm gonna be working on my schedule Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday. They paying double time. So I said, oh, I knew when I left home early these last couple of nights. I said, let me go ahead. And it was VTO. I said, my check might be a little short during the week, but I knew it was going to be a time. Well, I don't know what happened, but I knew it was going to be a time that it was going to be real. It was going to pick up and be busy. So I said, that's why I took off my when they had their VTO. I said, oh, let me take it. So I have to work Tuesday from 6 to 4:30 a.m. And hopefully it's gonna be slow because I heard some people say they coming for overtime. It'll be, they do work in the beginning and then after that they run out of work. So I'm hoping it gets real slow when I'm working that overtime. It's not as busy, but I don't know. I'm just gonna take my time. That's all I could do. Yeah, so that's what I saw today. And it was not no truck. It wasn't, it was one of those I want to say it was either like I know it's an expensive car. It had to be like a Lexus or not Mercedes. It wasn't, to put it this way, it was not no big car for him to go over. There was no way. I was like, now these so dumb. So dumb. The only way he would have crossed over that thing was either one, he would have to had a pickup, he would have to call a tow truck and lift that car up or lift it up to go over it. All he did was just ruined all that underneath the car, whatever muffler, whatever Cadillac converter, or whatever that's under that car, made it worse. He probably had to replace that whole thing at the bottom of that car because those wheels were spinning. He couldn't even get over that. I was like, why the hell you cross over the median in a car? Not no SUV that has a high. You know how those SUVs and people be doing that stupid stuff, but they got that F-150 and they got those big trucks that has enough thing under to go over. Just you doing that in a car, a sedan, 4-door Mercedes Lexus. It was something. I was like, have you ever seen any such dumbness in my life? I was like Sunday, and I was like, oh God, people so dumb. Now and then you spinning the wheel. He trying to, he couldn't even. All I saw was all the wheels and the back wheels was spinning. and he could not, because you already flat on the sidewalk. Your car is dead like this. Let me show you. This the sidewalk. This the car, and you like this. You couldn't even get. It's a dumb. When he first went up there, rather than you just making a U-turn, just rather you just going down, crossing over Pleasant Hill, and then make a U-turn, or just go. You're gonna try to let me turn right there. No, no, dumb. Now you're gonna have to call a tow truck or someone with a flatbed to lift the car, to take a chain and I don't know. I ain't turn around and even try to figure out if he got up over that hump, but he didn't. I was like idiot. I was gonna take a picture of it at first. I said, no, let me not do that. Well, I'm gonna check my messages, DeJoy, because my phone is charging up right now. So what's this? Oh, 12:04, past midnight. I ain't gonna stay here too long. All right, y'all. Y'all got anything y'all want to say before I go? Let me see who's winning the game. Ah, hell. Damn. Tampa Bay 19, New England 17. All right, David. Did you find something else? Or are you still doing the food deliveries? I never did hear nothing back from Next Rep. You know that thing we was doing last year with those taking those calls for those infomercials? I haven't heard nothing about them since. I don't know if they still do it. I know one time when I oh, you still do Uber Eats? Well, let me give you this other app that I was signed up for. I don't know if they in Orlando. I doubt it. I don't think so. You could check, but it was called Viho. I know they here in Atlanta, but I haven't. I heard from them about a few months ago when I applied. It was last year sometime, or was it this year? And oh, also you could check Spark.com. That's the Walmart to pick up the groceries for Walmart. I know I didn't sign up for Walmart. I looked at it because I said I want them to be in Morrow. I heard something about I heard that on somebody's YouTube channel, but they're not in Atlanta. Dumping or dumpling. No, I haven't heard that. I heard that on someone's YouTube channel, but I haven't heard too much. Now I'm talking about Walmart have its own delivery service for the groceries. There's only two locations in Atlanta. It's Sandy Springs and Morrow, but Walmart got one app. I ain't missing too much what she has to. She was talking about that, but the thing with the one she was talking about is like she think you have your own business, but it seems more like a multi-level marketing type of thing with that dumpling. I heard her talk about it when she was first inquiring about it, but by the time people hear about stuff, people have been doing it for over a year. And that's what I'm saying. When you first get into something, somebody else did it, and then You don't hear too much about it. But I knew it was something about it that I didn't like about it. They're not in Atlanta. I haven't heard anybody talk about it in Atlanta, but it was seems to be more like you had to pay a fee or pay money to do it. And nah, nope. It was something about it I didn't like about it. I heard people talk about it, but I didn't like the way they went up how they was going about doing it. So and the business concept model, it doesn't see it doesn't make sense. It's just like anytime somebody wants you to pay money to do something or join into a company, mm-mm, that's not that's usually not something feasible. That ain't you ain't gonna make no money doing that. You better off making money doing just being an independent contractor and just um no nope nope because the only person getting that money is the company who's offering it. That's who's doing it. Yeah, I could make more money doing the merchandising survey gig that I told her about. That she started doing it at first and then she stopped. Then she started talking about it again on her channel, trying to get people to sign up under her referral. But she stopped doing it. And the reason why I know because when I referred her, the survey.com gives me a certain percentage, not from what someone else made, but they paid the company gives me a referral fee directly. But nah. But I'm gonna do a video on some of the other. I haven't done them yet. Like I said, I haven't done VHO because they always have pickups and deliveries to do, and then it was at least another one. It's at least three of them that I still signed up for that I haven't done in a while. So and they usually start picking up deliveries, right around this time of the year. They be really needing people to do deliveries. But anything regarding groceries, food, I'll be real skeptical about that because um, the price of food is going up. A lot of these restaurants scaling back on their menu. Then they scaling back because they don't have enough people or workers. I need to have you give me the resets. That's easy. If you ever get the resets, that's the instructions you get from the company. See, let me tell you what the resets, how it works. And you ain't signed up under my referral link, David. But I'm gonna give you another one, and you can check that one too. But I'm gonna do a since I figured out how to share the screen and how to do it. But basically with the resets, if you ever get a reset, say at Walmart, all you do is accept it, and when you accept it, you go to the store. They're gonna tell you to take a picture of the outside of the store that you're there, and sometimes you have to sign the attendance book or sign-in sheet. I'll send you the link again. I'll send it to you again. I'm gonna send it to you before I go to bed, and I'm gonna send it to you. You can download it then. So what you do is with the resets, once you get to the store, you sign in. It'll be several different companies, or at least two, three companies, sometimes one other company, but those are employees of the company. And then you say, I'm with survey.com. And then basically all you do is go to do what they tell you to do. Like for instance, they may say like a Publix, like the Publix up the street from my house a couple months ago. I went there, it was pouring down raining. I took a picture of that I was there, I took a picture of the sign-in sheet, And I basically waited around until they decided to get things organized. Because usually time it'll be a good hour before you doing nothing but standing there waiting for them to figure out the planogram and all that kind of stuff. So they may tell you to go there, work with these, bunch of people, or work, take stuff off the shelf. That's all you're doing, taking stuff off the shelf, putting stuff back on the shelf. So it depends on how the store is doing, what they're doing at the time. But most of the time, it's another company that has employees who work for the company. They already trained, and they employees. You're an independent contractor, so you're not really doing much of nothing with the resets. Now, sometimes they may say, okay, we want you to stock the coolers, or take these Pepsis off this shelf and put it over here. So it's a lot of things is directional once you start doing it. That's how those resets work. So it all depends on what you're doing. But most of the time, you come there at like 5 in the morning, 7 in the morning. You may work until 10 or 11, but you're not there all day. Now, if it's overnight, say Home Depot or something like that, most of the time you're doing general work, because the people who really doing the work are the ones who work for the company, third party company, and they may be ones putting up the physical shelves and stuff. You're just there to be a support. So, but most of the time you either putting stuff up or reshelving or whatever. That's if you work for a company. It's usually, if it's a big crew of people, like at a Walmart, if they're doing remodel of the Walmarts, it'll be usually two or three different companies. Survey is just one of the third party companies that they go, but you're an independent contractor. You may come across other people who are employees, and they work for a company that's hired to do the remodel for the store. It's easy, but I've done a few of them. But I tend to do the ones that pays $20, where I'm just going there, checking the merchandise, checking the milk, and doing, like today. I had to go to Sam's Club. I got paid $100 plus $15, which is travel time they gave me. So I actually got paid $115. And all I had to do was go to this store. When you go to Sam's Club, they got this machine that you put your to get your free merchandise. Like today, they were advertised like something, whatever, and I had to go there to service the machine. Not even service the machine. All I'm doing is wiping it down, cleaning it, and putting stuff on the shelf, and take a picture, and that's it. That was $20. So, but I'm a I'm gonna show examples on how to do it, since I figured out how to use my iPhone and how to share the screen. I finally figured how to do that, how to record, because I never knew how to do it, and I finally figured out how to do it. So, and then there's other apps that I do too. Observer is one. Now I have a good one today, but I don't know why I didn't wake up enough time to do it. It was to go to the Walmart and observe someone do a demo, and it was $20. And all I'm doing is going to the Walmart. You know how people do those food demos, and they be trying to. You have to just evaluate. It's like a secret mystery. Man, I was so pissed. I didn't wake up on time. It was like $20. I was like, oh man, that was an easy $20, and it was right up the street too. It was at least three different WalMarts. I could have done that today. I could have done it, but it's starting to pick up now. So I'll send you a couple of links on what I'm talking about. But it's a good, easy 500, $600 a month, not doing a whole lot of effort. You're welcome. No problem. I've been trying to tell people about these different things, because people always be wanting the ones that pay 100 and something dollars and stuff. I mean, they have them. I get them, but I can't do them. They just say, "Can you do this tomorrow?" And I was like, "What? I gotta do my class." Other than that, I would have done it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on my days off, but I can only do so much. Now tomorrow evening when I get off at 7, I might, if they have anything to do, I may go to a Walmart and see if they have an assignment to do merchandising at the Kroger's or something. I may do that for $19, and just come back home, whatever. But I've been doing it for quite some time though. It's been at least over, not last year, February, the year before that. I did over 560 something stores since I've done them. And I've gotten paid over 7,000 something dollars. Because the first year I did it, the first year when I first started it, I wasn't doing that many. I had did some other apps, but I probably made a good $1,000 that year. Then the second year I did about two 2,000, 2,500, and then this year I want to say I made about almost three. I don't know. I'm gonna show y'all in the how it broken down. But I think that's how I got that Ely grant from doing that and those other apps. Sure did, because that's an in. So I try not to, a lot of people I tell them about. I show them. I said, look, and they, some people sign up, but ain't no one did it. So I said, okay, fine with me. Especially if they live in Atlanta, if they local, that's competition. Why would I want someone to, even though they could be a whole lot of different jobs that they don't tell me about, but I've been doing it for quite some time, and it's easy money, especially to build up your savings, or if you want to plan on, say, you know what, let me make $500 for these couple of months. It's like extra little change, pocket change that you could do. But there's a lot of companies and that I've done that I signed up for. They notify me, can you do these stores? All we want you to do is check the HP Computers Inc. Now, sometimes some of those assignments you be thinking it's easy, but they make it so. I said, well, dang, this thing will be 30 minutes, but it'll be $25, $30. But, well, it'd be more like 25, but some of them pay pretty good. Some pay per hour. I haven't gotten those for in a minute. The ones you go to the grocery store and you picking and you putting up the cell phone accessories, that was $25 an hour. And I said, okay, I did this in an hour and 15 minutes. And I would have like a bunch of those stores and I would go to. But somebody else been doing them, because I said, I said, I had this assignment. Who's done them? So, because when you go to a supermarket, everything in that store is merchandise. Even Pepsi at one time, they used to hire merchandisers. Was that you go and all you do is service those Pepsis. And they used to have those people that worked at Pepsi, and that's what they did for like, 2-3 hours. And they may go to different stores and do it. But I want to say they was hiring again, but every time I went to apply, I didn't hear nothing back. So, but that's what that is. That's basically what that is. Your merchandiser. And a lot of these third-party companies started doing those for big companies. So rather than paying them benefits and stuff, they hire independent contractors. They hire a third-party company like Survey.com or Field Agent or whomever. There's so many different ones. There's one company is called SAS, SAS. I bumped into a person, they was doing that. And they would go to the Home Depots and they would straighten out the magazines, stock the magazines, and they got paid per hour. And they were independent contractor, and they will pay them. I don't know, because I asked the person about it one time. They told me the company. I never did look it up and see. But you make your own schedule. You make your own schedule, and they tell you how much you pay before you accept the assignment. So before you accept it, they'll tell you where the store is, how often you go, how frequently you do it. So it's pretty interesting. You know, it's just better than doing, food deliveries. But like I said, I have two other apps that I do deliveries for, but I haven't done them yet. I have not done them yet, and they keep notifying me. We got downtown Atlanta. We pay you an extra $2. So I haven't done them. That cat is having a fit. Y'all hear that, David? And I tell you that another kitten popped up somewhere a couple weeks ago. Oh, where the hell you come from? I'm gonna have to take all those cats and just take them right to the pound. I'm serious. This is ridiculous because eventually I'm not gonna be living in this house, and I can't bring all those cats. So I'm gonna have to take them to the pound. Four. I mean, there was the three, and then that baby one. I can't even tell which one is the female, which one is the male that needs to get spayed. But all I know is they be running off somewhere. I don't see them for days, and they come back, and then next I'm like, what the hell? Where the hell you coming from? I said, ain't no way. Um, ain't no way. So I think people be having, it ain't coming off of my cat. I know. I think somebody got these stray cats be running around this neighborhood, and then and it just popped up in front of my house in the yard in a bush somewhere. And next thing you know, I hear some baby kitten. And I'm like, what is that noise? And then because the black one, the one with the socks, that cat is so thin and skinny looking. I said, ain't no way you look like you was pregnant because it wasn't like you. I could tell. Like I said, man, you kind of heavy and look pregnant. Well, somebody's coming. Well, somebody's um some cat is pregnant and give birth and whatever and moved on. So and I don't keep them in no house. Now the kitten is in that bathroom downstairs, but they about to go back in the garage in their little house. They about to go right back in that little house. I got a little bag, like a house, whatever, with their food. All right, David, you sit down already. You the one who holding up. I'm sending you these things tomorrow. If I don't send it tonight, I'll send it tomorrow. Well, good night. Just because you say good night, that don't mean I'm gonna say good night. I'm gonna say good night in 4 minutes. So at 12:30, 3 minutes. 3 more minutes. That's it. Then I'm gonna say good night too. Good night, David. See, Colas, David came back. Good night, everybody. I don't want nobody to be thinking crazy about she got rid of those cats. But I'm gonna trust me. I'm gonna look them up. Call one of those animal control, whatever, and that's it. And that's another thing. I've been going to the grocery store and stuff. They're running out of cat food and dog food. They had signs about due to low whatever. Yep. Hmm. Well, well, you know what? I'm gonna find out who the animal control is, and then I'm gonna be like, here you go. Once I catch those other ones, they going right on up there and say bye. Can't keep y'all. I can't keep all y'all. That's the main reason why I ain't ready kept no dog. I ain't got no dog. I tried one time to have a dog a few years ago. And I was like, oh, somebody was giving it away for free. He was like a puppy. And I was like, oh, I want it. And that dog, nope, they sure ain't cheap. They are not cheap. And then trying to catch them to get the shots, that'll be a time. Nah, I can't keep those. I can't keep those. I can't keep all of them because, like I said, eventually, I said within a year, like until y'all next year, if I be relocating somewhere, I can't keep those cats. Nope. Because at one point it was attracting other cats. I was like, where the hell you came from? They was, I'll be hearing that. Like, who is that doing that? And I would look, it'd be some strange cat. They'd be not fighting, but you know how they could tell when someone has come around? Shoo. Black folks don't be keeping no animals, not like that. Some people keep a dog, but other than that, mm-mm. Oh no. Well, they're gonna show. They're gonna have them. I ain't gonna feel bad about it, but nope. It was different if it was like a house cat, but they not a house cat. Maybe the baby one I'll keep. If I do keep one, maybe I'll keep one of them, but the baby one that's already in the house, train them up to be in the house. But those other ones, they ain't in no house. They had never no, they had never been in the house. Well, maybe I keep the baby one because that was the one that's grown. Everyone else, that's why I didn't take the claws. That's why I did not declaw them. I said nope, because if they need to fight, they need to know how to fight. So, but it's easier for me to go and get one and to get the shots than the other ones that's already grown. Mhm. My mother said that the cats that she got at her house, she said two of them, she had to keep them in separate cages because they fight. Those cats came up in her yard, but those were like real pretty. Like, oh, and she already had three dogs. I was surprised. My mother, we did not grow up with pets. So I was shocked and surprised when my mother had got three dogs and three, what was it, three cats? Yeah, three cats. Two of them don't get along, so she kept them in separate cages. I was shocked. And the only reason why she had three dogs was because remember I told y'all a couple years ago, before she left New York, Chi Chi was missing. and it was when she was moving to South Carolina, when she was moving, and he somehow or another he got out the garage or got out the house, and she was, yes, one of them. There's only one meowing like that in the bathroom, in the half bath downstairs. I got the door closed, so I ain't want them walking around, rolling around my bathroom and kitchen. But he about to go outside. He about to go in the garage in a minute. He about to go right in that cage. I took him out of the garage, out of the cage. They put him in the bathroom. First, put him in the house. No, actually, I thought I had the garage door closed. And next thing you know, I said, "Why did that can't sound louder and louder?" And next thing you know, because it was dark, he's black, and the lights were out. And I said, "Why did you get out of the garage?" So I don't know if the garage door was cracked and he just got inside, because the garage leads into the kitchen. And I was like, "What?" And I looked, and he's black too. And I looked, I said, "What you doing outside, doing inside this house?" So he must have got into the back door from the garage. But he about to go right back down there in the garage, back in his little house. So, and he can't be hungry because they had a big old bowl of food and water and milk. Drinking up my milk like they crazy. I don't even think cats supposed to drink milk. But I knew he was drinking it for one time. So, anywho, oops, I'm 5 minutes past my time. I'm supposed to be on here. Well, anyway, let me go on to bed, do my class tomorrow. I got to work Tuesday at Amazon. I know. Well, it ain't like it's a whole lot of state noise going on in here, so it's easy to hear. So, what was I saying? Oh. So Tuesday I got to work at Amazon. That's mandatory overtime. So, and then if you work um within this week, it's double time. So remember I tell you I took off peak VTO two nights in a row because I knew that it's gonna be real busy. That's why I said, you know what, let me take this little time off because they're gonna work you when that holiday season come and it'll be overtime and all that kind of stuff. I said, let me take my break now because after that I ain't gonna be able to work 3 days, 12-hour shifts. And then Tuesdays are 10 hours. So you never work an 8-hour shift at Amazon. Ain't nothing gonna be 8 hours. It's always gonna be either 10 or 12. Nothing. And then and they have mandatory overtime. So you should check it out, see if they still looking for people because some places are offering a $2,000 bonus. At some places, at this time of the year, they be really ramping up to hire. Well, they said I didn't qualify for no bonus because I don't know. I gotta get a hold of someone and talk to someone in HR again because I said it was about terms and conditions. What terms and conditions? I know you're not trying to say because I worked there before that I don't qualify. I did not read it, but they told me if I could produce the letter that shows something, they'll. So I gotta find that offer letter and see if it said it because I know I did not get that $1,000 sign-on bonus, but this time some places, based on some locations, is $2,000 bonus. Well, all I could do is see what they could do. What's going to happen? That's all I could do. Even if I have to contact the Department of Labor and file a complaint, I'll do that too. But I'm gonna wait until I'm gonna hang in there a little bit longer, just enough to take advantage of any possible future tuition. 100%, they pay 100% tuition, so I can stay there just enough, just to get, just to take some cybersecurity classes, let them pay for it. Because once they pay for it, see, that's the thing. See, Amazon, you don't have to, you don't have to wait and show them the grades. With the tuition, you just show them the voucher, and if it's schools on the list and they pay for it up front, that's it. Once they pay for it, you can say, "Up, I'm going on. Let me move on to something else." Matter of fact, they pay 100% tuition for you to go to school. It's so you could get a better job either within the company or outside. So that's what it's for. So that's what I would do. I'm gonna take advantage, but I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna fret about it because it's not like that money's gonna be not tax. It's not tax free anyway. So might as well. But anyway, I've been on here going on 2 hours, and I gotta get up in the morning and prepare for my class. I don't think we're doing hard work tomorrow. A lot of things we're doing tomorrow with generation is writing cover letters and how to handle stress. So it ain't gonna be no learning how to code and this and that. So that's Tuesday's lesson. Tomorrow's lesson. I mean, it's still important what we're doing. Every day we do something, but you know, I look at the syllabus. It's about role playing and you know, take a picture of something. I was like, oh shoot, we doing the interaction again with people. I ain't too crazy about that because some of the people I tell you, a lot of them are from people from other countries and they break us up into groups and they want you to do something and nobody don't want to do it and people just want to sit back. So I say, you know what? I ain't gonna force no one. You know, I ain't got time to be forcing people to participate and do stuff. So I'm just gonna sit back tomorrow, you know, study my coding and work on my LinkedIn profile and my resume. All right, y'all. I still got my silver coin. I need to look it up and see how much these things are worth now. All right, let me go. I gotta get this cat and put them back in their house because they too. I put them in the house in the bathroom. I'm taking them out. All right, y'all have a good night. Talk to y'all tomorrow, and I'll send you the information. See you.